Welcome back, Computer App students. This is Mr. Clement. We are in computer applications, and our topic for this video is going to be file maintenance. We start out with a definition. It is a periodic updating of master files, for example, adding, deleting employees or customers, making address changes, making changes to products or product prices. That's from a business standpoint. What if we back it up and say, well, what does that mean for you right now as a ninth grader and a student standpoint? I would define it as a process or procedure to keep track of your information in a logical and organized way. Your Google Drive is going to be your virtual online file cabinet. Okay, where you're going to organize all the files that you're going to use for all your classes, and some of you may use or organize them, since you were in middle school all the way through till the end of high school. My question to you is, does your organizational system look like this? Or how about this? I don't know how many times, I don't have enough fingers to count how many times I get the, Mr. Clem, I know I did it. I just can't find it. Okay, well, bring your laptop, bring your Chromebook back, open up your Google Drive, and it is just a random scrolling list of hundreds of documents. And those documents have no discernible way of understanding what they are. They all say untitled, or if they were Word documents or Excel documents, they say document 1 or book 1 and book 2 and book 3 and book 4. And I go, well, which one is it? And they just kind of look at me with that blank stare going, I don't know. And I just go, oh my goodness, you guys are killing me. We're going to work to try and get your system a little bit something like this, or at least more organized than just some random scrolling list of hundreds of documents that you don't really know what they're for. So let's get started. You can organize it in kind of two ways. You can organize it by subject or course, or you can organize it by date. Now, the number one thing you have to be able to do is understand the system you're creating, right? I can tell you to organize it one way, and if that doesn't work for you, if it doesn't make sense to you, that's worthless, right? So find the system that works for you, whether it be by subject or whether it be by date, and we'll show you examples of those. But again, number one, find a system that works for you. Second key, be consistent, right? Continue to do it over and over again. Take the extra half a second to get it to the proper folder so it makes sense. So here's a picture of Mr. Clem's Google Drive, and mine is organized by subject or course. So as you look, I have one right here in the middle called courses. I have one over here called coaching. I have one from a grad program I have, NDSU, and I have a personal one over here called Clem, right? So I have lots of different kind of folders, and this is my opening screen in my Google Drive. Then under the My Drive courses, here's a list of all the courses that I have either taught or will teach, or when I think of teaching and or school, here are the folders I need. So I have a one-to-one laptop folder. I got one for accounting. I got one for business plans. I got ones for a careers class, college level business classes. And inside of here, maybe I have some other subfolders. And pretty much everything I teach. I have one for seating charts. Okay. Here's my computer apps folder. And let's take a look at that one next. So it's a folder inside a folder. I have a Google Drive, and I'm in the courses folder. Now inside the courses folder, I'm in the computer apps folder. And again, you can number it, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can number it by words. I kind of do it by how quickly I'm going to do things. So number 1, here's my note-taking and file maintenance. If I didn't put the numbers when, it'd organize it alphabetically. So I'm going to back up one. You notice that this one is organized, again, alphabetically. So here it pops up a number first, then A for accounting, advisement, boom, 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 all the way down to W, women in accounting, right? So it's sorted alphabetically there. If I want it not necessarily sorted alphabetically, I can number it. So number 1, note taking, it'll pop this one up first. You'll notice you got the little head and shoulders. This is because I have it shared with Mr. Schlegel, and he can dump information in or take information out. Okay. Then I got ramp up careers. Then I got Word docs, Excel, PowerPoint, so on and so forth. Some of them that I don't need up top, I put them without a numbering system. Okay. A different way. Okay, a different way to organize it. Maybe you want to organize it by date. I've seen students use this really well as well. They go ahead and they label up Try 1 Fall 2020. Right? And inside of this folder, right, so that it's a Drive Fall 1 2020 or Try 1 Fall 2020, they're going to put all their stuff from Try 1 in here. And then they got another one for Try 2 Winter 2020-2021. And they got one for Try 3 Spring 2021. Inside of that, they break it apart. Hey, here's my first hour class, computer apps. Here's my second hour class, third hour, fourth hour, fifth hour class. Okay. Then the files that they dump in there are going to go into these folders. Okay. We're going to take a look at one other thing here. I'm going to open up a clean new Word document, and this is the other part that I guess is a teachable moment. So here's my brand new Microsoft Word document to type up an MLA report or a business letter or whatever it happens to be, and I add a blank document. And it's going to start up here with something called Document 1, right? Brand new. It's like a brand new clean sheet of paper. Okay, and it doesn't have any name because I haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to call this MLA report number 1 just for the heck of it. And again, it still doesn't know what this is. I have to tell it what this is. So I go to File, and I go to Save As. Now from here, where do I want to put this? Again, here's where you take maybe 10, 15, 20 seconds, make your life easier. I'm going to hit my Browse button. I'm going to go find my Google Drive file stream or my G Drive. I go to My Drive, and again, here's my big old random list. And this one is kind of a numbered list. I could change the view if I don't like that to more like this. Detail, whatever. You organize your files how you want to organize your files. I can put it like this through icons. Find a way that makes sense to you. Now I can go to courses, and I can go to computer applications, and I'm going to go put it here under note-taking and file maintenance. But again, here's my file name. Now, the first things I typed on that document was MLA report. So Word, trying to help us out, is going to say, hey, you want to call this MLA report. Well, if I make you do 5 or 6 of these, it may be a good idea to label it something different. Maybe I'm going to call it History of Dan Gable MLA report. Or title of the report and the teacher that you're doing it for, or the teacher you're doing it for, the class hour. Multiple different ways, but again, you need to call it something so you can go track it down and find it. To me, I would think the name of the report would make sense for sure. History of Dan Gable, MLA reports, computer apps. Notice that once I hit my Save As, it's going to pop up here, and here's the name of the report. Okay. I head back to my Google Drive. go to courses, I go to computer applications, I go to note-taking and file maintenance where I put it. Here's what it looks like. Here is my file that I have put in there, and it's got a little blue with a white W that tells me that this is a Microsoft Word document. Okay. Here, the little orange with a P is PowerPoint. Again, it's a Microsoft document. The little red mountains, this is a JPEG or a PDF or some kind of a picture. Outline orange, these are Google Slides. Okay. How is that different if I'm doing a Google Doc? Not a ton, to be honest. Again, I open up a clean new blank Google Doc. Again, it's going to start up here that says untitled document. And if I don't organize it in some way, shape, or form, it's going to be saved to my folder as an untitled document. So MLA reports number 2. Again, this doesn't get filled out. I have to call it something. Now, as soon as I click there, just like Word, it says, ooh, I see some information. This must be what you want me to put in or call it. Well, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe this one is history of Cale Sanderson. And again, it doesn't usually like the slashes, kind of the up and down slashes. It usually likes dashes. So Cale Sanderson, you know, whatever class, computer apps. So again, it's got a file name, but again, I need to go put it in the right file cabinet drawer. As you notice here, I get a little folder-looking button with an arrow, and it says Move. When I click that button one time, it's going to say, well, move it where? It notices my drive, and it gives me my big laundry list of folders. Again, take an extra 2 to 3 seconds and say, I want it to go to courses. And I want it to go to computer applications. And I want to go to this note-taking and file maintenance folder. I hit my Move Here button. Depending on who has access to your Google Drive, they may also have access to this new file. And I'm going to hit Move there. And I'm going to see a little blue bar that pops up and says, hey, by the way, you moved this to my drive under some other subfolders to number 1, note-taking and file maintenance. Do you want to undo and put it somewhere else? Okay, maybe yes, maybe no. I head back to my drive. And again, here is history of Cale Sanderson, and it's a blue, kind of matching up. Word and Docs look similar, but not the same. Blue with a W is a Microsoft Word doc. Blue with the little lines through it, that is your Google Doc. So, file maintenance. Find something that works for you, whether that be by subject or by date. Be consistent. Take a couple extra seconds to save it in a place that you can find it again, or don't. Okay, but then you may have to do assignments a second, third, or fourth time if you can't find your work. Okay, so file maintenance, be consistent, be organized, make sure a system works for you.